Hello, I'm back outside again, and this video has nothing to do with yoga. I could make up some excuse how it does, but I'm just too exhausted with everything going on and going to vote, dropping off my ballot today. It doesn't have anything to do with yoga. Let's go with that. So it's for anyone that lives in the US or is curious about what's going on with voting or early voting, mail-in voting. In Florida, at least, in the United States, Estados Unidos, America, whatever we call ourselves. It's crazy out there. A lot of people are voting like their life depends on it, and it does. But I did my mail-in voting thing, and I'm not huge on voting. It's not an obsession, but I definitely wanted to do it. So I did my mail-in ballot so I don't have to wait in line. In Florida, this was the first or second day. You could actually drop it off in a locked box. So I went directly to the supervisor of election, I'm not trusting a ballot box elsewhere. They are, but if I can go to like the number one place, then I'm going, especially when it's 5 minutes drive from my house. So it was actually more than I expected because there was like a police with a roadblock, valet parking for people going inside for whatever reason. Voting is actually not open in Florida as of today. Early voting isn't, only mail-in voting. It's a couple more days before people can actually vote in Florida. So then you had to go through and wait in line in your car to actually drop the ballot in a box. Only took a few minutes. But then what happened to me is the guy, after he took my ballot from me, he was like, okay. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere because I want to see the person put the ballot in the box. It's my vote, and if I drive all the way there and I'm wanting to vote, then I want to see my ballot go in the box. Of course, they're not going to do anything, but that's it. And the other guy, who was 3 feet apart, wasn't even wearing a mask, and he's a government employee, not a volunteer. So that says something about Florida when they're not wearing masks. But of course, the main voting inside, they will definitely all be wearing masks and face shields. So that's it. I got my ballot dropped off, and I don't have to worry about it. It's like 3 weeks before election, and I'm done, and I'm trying not to look too much to the news, but unlike other yogis and a lot of spiritual people, I would much rather quickly read through the news than ignore it and then just talk about it or gossip about it or put it on Facebook. I'm not into gossip. I haven't had Facebook in years, and if you were gossiping about news, then you are involved in the news. And it's probably worse so, because all the gossip and discussion, this game of telephone about the news, changes. It's not the same as what's been reported on the news. So for me, it's like even worse. And you're spending all this time and putting out energy, talking or texting or posting about it. So I'll go and check the news, but I do not, for the most part, I don't like talking about the news. Some of it. There are some cool things that go on in the world. So it's crazy in Florida, it's crazy in the United States. I'm glad I was able to do mail-in ballot and trust that it got dropped off because I don't need to get corona. Again, I'm very susceptible with this immune disorder. No matter what I do to try to boost it, everything possible I have tried. And then update, I still have breathing problems, even though my breathing before corona was far better than Wim Hof, I'm going to say, with all my different breathing exercises. I just recently bought an oxygen monitor. I'm in my 30s, and I bought an oxygen monitor. It'll get better one day. I'm throwing everything at it, herb-wise and breathing-wise, that I can think of. And almost 100%, we'll say. But I'm going to do anything I can to avoid getting it myself. And even beyond that, I don't want to get it and spread to other people. So if you can early vote, if you're voting in the US, I know I have a lot of people overseas, but if you can early vote, then definitely do it so it gets in far in advance. But yeah, be careful out there. Who knows what's going to happen? That's another reason I wanted to go out, because there's a lot of just negative energy, and this is all deep in the matrix. Like even voting, I'm not super into, because it's just a part of the matrix. It doesn't matter, but yes, it does matter. So I had to go do it, and now I'm gonna have fun today. So I hope you have fun and tune in to what you need. Thanks for joining me in my garden too, by the way. Check out those banana trees, looking beautiful. And got a lot of Halloween decorations going on. That's what excites me more. All this other stuff in the world, I do care a huge amount, but I'm not going to let it take over my mind. Only a small part that you have to, I guess. But Halloween, I got some stuff going on. Okay. Buenas, thank you for joining. Namaste.